you saying there, Glenn?
I was at Larry. Were you born and raised in Trenton?
Would you like to hear my life story, Jack?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, we gotta go.
I was born in North Bay, Ontario.
North Bay.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Forces. And then we moved to Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Oh, wow. Winnipeg.
Hey, it's not that long a story, okay?
Yeah. It's 6 months of winter and 6 months of bad sledding.
Yeah, and I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the snow, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. It was one of my first memories, actually. And then in 1965, he was transferred here to Trenton, Ontario.
Oh, wow.
So I've been here or in Belleville. You know, you've moved around
the area
a bit.
Wow. That's a long time.
So it's like, and the very first place that we lived in is just like a block and a half from here, and it's like, I've really gone far in my life.
Yeah, you're world traveler.
It's a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit, I won't make this whole video all about you.
Okay.
Tell us a bit about your channels. Glenn, you go first, just a second. And, you know, just about the music you like, and I like, during the live chat, you were talking about some pretty interesting concerts that you've been to.
I was fortunate enough that I saw a ton of concerts in the 60s.
Yeah, well, name them all right now.
Well, my first one...
What was your first one?
My first big, like, arena concert. I'm talking about to see small bands in Toronto, like in high schools and stuff. But the Monkees was my first
really?
concert.
Wow.
Yeah, April 1967. Saw the Monkees at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Yeah.
And then...
was it just like screaming?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's bedlam. Yeah, it was. And but from then I really progressed. I saw Cream at Massey Hall.
Wow.
I saw the Jeff Beck group with Rod Stewart, Ron Wood, you know, the Truth album.
Wow.
I saw those guys in a small
I'll just
club
keep saying wow.
And I saw we talked about Blind Faith. Did you get Jack CD? I saw Blind Faith at Varsity Stadium.
Jack, say wow.
Wow.
With Taste and Rory Gallagher was the opening act, and Blake Laney and Bonnie. I saw Grand Funk.
Yeah.
At the Gardens when they first started out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Festival Express with Janis Joplin and the Grateful Dead and 10 Years After and Traffic and Mountain and all those guys. I saw the Stones first time in '72.
Wow.
With Stevie Wonder opening. And just ton of stuff. The Cakes.
Have you seen Paul McCartney?
I've seen McCartney twice.
Yeah. You won the ticket in a cool way.
Yeah, the first time it was on Q107, and I hardly ever listened to the radio back in those days. I can't remember what year that was. It was a long time ago. But they were giving away tickets to McCartney, and they asked a skill testing question. It was, what's Paul McCartney's first name? And I'm driving along in the car, and no one knows. It's gone on for 10 minutes, and no one knows the answer. And I phone up and I get through, and I go, James. They go, yeah, you win the tickets.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, really?
Well, because I never think of it, right?
Yeah.
So you just think.
Yeah, James Paul McCartney.
Yeah, it's so simple that you forget.
So the first time I saw Paul, I won tickets off the radio station.
Oh, cool.
Then saw him again a couple of years later. Yeah, great concerts.
Yeah. What would be your worst, of a fairly well-known band, what was your worst concert?
Wow,
most disappointing or whatever.
You know, the Kinks were kind of disappointing. I saw them at Massey Hall, and Ray Davies had this weird fetish of not liking sweat or something, because after every song, he left the stage and changed his shirt. And there was no flow to the concert whatsoever. Like, it ruined the whole thing, kind of. That was one concert that I found disappointing, because the music was so good. It was in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
It was an 80s thing, But, that was, I can't think of any others that I didn't like.
What were your 3 favorite concerts? Best ones?
The Stones in '72. Stevie Wonder is number 1. Probably one of the Springsteen shows. I think '99 when they first put the E Street Band back together and he did his thing on his own. That was an amazing show.
He played for what, 3-4 hours?
3 or 4 hours. Yeah, that was an amazing show. All the Stones shows are great. Yeah. The one that really stood out. The Blind Faith one I talked about was a real favorite. I remember vividly. Festival Express thing is such an
So that
iconic-
was Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
Grateful
yeah.
Dead.
And I'm a huge Janis Joplin fan and Grateful Dead. I love all that San Francisco scene stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jefferson Airplane.
Jefferson
Yep.
Airplane, love all that
I
stuff.
volunteers. I love that.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, what are your favorite bands?
My favorite bands are the Beatles, number one always. Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's number two. And after that, there's a whole bunch that kind of just fight for my attention.
See, and if you
Yes,
if you
yeah.
come back here again,
Yeah.
in like a month or whatever, I ask you, you'll say, well, number one is Sparks, then the Beatles.
I might say that. Yeah. Yeah. I love King Crimson, Jethro
Yeah.
Tull,
Yeah.
Yes,
You know what I?
Zeppelin.
Speaking
Oh.
of Yes, you know, a lot of Yes fans don't seem to appreciate their later albums, like Magnification and Key Studio. Those are just as good as the
Yeah.
earlier ones to me.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
Really, there isn't a bad one. I bought the one that, not the newest one, but the last one they did with the new
Yeah,
John Anderson.
I don't want to listen to that.
It's not.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
I know. I'm not saying it's
I'm not going
bad.
to play it. If
but
obviously in the Yes catalog, you're going to play
Yeah.
Close to the Edge. Or
But I'm such a John Anderson fan that
Yeah.
I don't like the guy,
Yeah.
even though he's okay.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
okay.
I saw them in Oshawa. With
Yeah.
him. Yeah. it was a
Did
great
Steve
show.
Howe have a temper tantrum?
No, that was amazing though. I mean, I know the guy's a great guitar player, but he's probably the greatest guitar
He
player
is.
I've ever seen live.
Yeah, well, I think
Because I've
he
seen
is. He might be the
Zeppelin,
best.
I've seen Jimmy Page,
Yeah.
Clapton,
Yeah.
Pete Townsend. I've seen every great
Yeah.
guitar player. Jimi Hendrix I saw at Big
Wow.
and no one played guitar better than Steve Howe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's amazing.
But that was when Chris Squire was still there.
Chris Squire was just before
Yeah.
he passed away.
Yeah. So tell us about your channel.
My channel has been going since March of 2020, and I started stumbling and fumbling like everyone else, and I really don't have any kind of a niche thing to tune in for because I like all kinds of music, so I could just as easily talk about a bluegrass band as talk about Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
So my tastes are really varied.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, is just talking about the music I like and albums that I'm buying. And once a week, I do a weekly wrap up on Monday mornings. If anybody wants to watch,
I saw the
And
one where you mentioned my name.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched that 2 or 3 times.
I mention you every week.
I don't watch those.
Yeah.
No, the thing is with me, I'm so busy with YouTube and everything else that I don't get to watch as much YouTube as I would like to. And,
Yeah.
But I like supporting other YouTubers.
Yeah, me too.
You know, that's
kinda what
the thing to do about YouTube is,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah.
Yeah. I got, since we did the live chat with Paul and Doc and you and myself, I ended up with about 10 new subscribers.
Yeah.
And then
Good.
I think 4 of them have quit.
They clicked on the video.
Yeah,
Don't
they
click
went,
on the video. Just
Yeah.
subscribe to
Yeah.
them.
This guy's, I think they're saying this guy's no Studmuffin.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
clicked off, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to be on that level,
I know,
right?
yeah, I know. It's just something
No, but
to
I
strive
remember.
for. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try eating some spam or something.
I think some people think I'm this huge superstar, and I'm nothing. Like,
Lives in a basement apartment.
yeah, I live in a basement apartment.
Trenton, Ontario. Yeah. Your whole image is blown now. Watch,
No,
you'll
but I
probably
remember
get
the old
400
days.
subscribers.
I remember the old days. You'd have like 20 subscribers, and you'd upload a video, and you'd get 5 views. And
Yeah, yeah.
but do it, because you want to do it. Don't worry about the views.
Oh,
and
yeah,
just
no.
do it.
Yeah, it's been great. It's one of the greatest things I've ever done. So,
Yeah.
You know,
If you like doing it, just do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the feedback. And if you get negative comments, just block the person or I had the series Bad Grammar, right? And I'd read back all of the nasty comments. Everybody gets them, so.
I never got any nasty comments, but I had a guy who kept giving me a thumbs down.
I'll give you a
for while.
nasty comment.
I would appreciate it, because I kind of like that stuff. I think it's almost more fun than getting a good comment. But I had this guy, I called him Thumbs Down Guy, and I kept saying hello to him on my videos, and then he stopped.
Yeah. Anytime I upload a video, there's a thumbs down like right away. It's like they're waiting.
I held up, I don't know if you saw it or not, I held up I said, this news bulletin. In the middle of my video, I held up a news bulletin sign, and I said, we take you now to police headquarters. And I had the police announcing that they suspect there's a thumbs guy down in the YouTube community, and be on the lookout for him. And I held up a wanted poster, and I drew the thumbs down thing. And
So Jack, enough about Glenn.
Yes.
Your channel is called Jack's Stereo Experience.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just also a big lover of classic rock music. I really got into the Beatles a couple years ago, and Queen and Zeppelin and the Stones and all the really big ones that I think everyone sort of starts with kind of thing. And I was lucky enough to have people in my life, like this guy, who've already lived through all these times and experienced all this music to kind of show it to me. And my dad and my grandparents. My grandpa's a big Johnny Cash fan, so we always shared that love. I remember driving, he would take me to summer camp back when I was a little kid, and we would just spend the half-hour drive listening to Johnny Cash albums. It was great. And so I kind of do the same thing. I just general involvement in the vinyl community or music community, whatever you want to call it, and just make videos in support of other people and enter contests. And sometimes you have your own idea, like a ranking, same thing. So that's about it.
Yeah, I've seen your videos, and they're good. Yeah.
Same as anyone.
So just keep doing it. If and I think sometimes people will do it. Oh, I got to do a video. It's like, just do it if you want to do it, right? Like, if you're not in the mood to do a video, then take a break from it. But I enjoy doing it. So
I'm sure we'll have to be doing one on this.
Yeah, you could do a review on all of those CDs in your next video.
Give me like a year.
It'll take you a week to listen to those. You're off all summer.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get in there. It's hard to...
It's crazy.
And what are your what are some of your favorite bands?
Well, the Beatles are number one. I think they always will be. After that, I don't really have a ranking, but the first one I really got into was Queen, so I have to give a big shout out to them.
Yep.
And Zeppelin's probably number 3. The Stones are somewhere there. I freaking love Yes. King Crimson's great. I'm just trying to think. I love all the 60s stuff.
Who.
Yeah, The Who. Yeah. All that British Invasion and the San Francisco stuff's awesome, like Jefferson Airplane and Grateful Dead, obviously. And just all that classic rock, 60s, early 70s stuff is what I really like.
Isn't it cool when young people like our music?
It is.
Do you ever get people saying, why don't, kind of bugging you about listening to current stuff?
No, because you know what, my daughters and the young people I associate with, like my daughters are in their 30s, they listen to cool stuff too. Yeah. And they'll turn me on to something that's kind of cool if it's new.
Yeah,
and
there is good stuff.
There is some good stuff. Marina, Lana Del Rey, I don't know if you've heard her album. Norman effing Rockwell, great album, singer-songwriter.
There's a band, King Gizzard.
King Gizzard,
they're pretty good. I like them.
They're really good. Yeah, kind of a sight.
They're like old school.
Band. Yeah, I really like those guys. There's an alt country singer named Lydia Lovelace, who I'm a big fan of. There's a few good albums still coming out. You just got to search for them now. It's not like in the old days when we could get them off the radio, because radio wasn't so formatted back then. You could hear everything.
Yeah.
Now it's so formatted. You don't get a variety of music anymore.
See, I've got Roger Miller up there. I like some old country.
I like that too. I have a Roger Miller's Greatest Hits CD. I love it.
Very talented guy.
Yeah, can't roller skate in the Buffalo herd.
That's right. Yep.
Good advice.
Yeah, I growing up, I would hear my dad would have the country and western albums, right? And I listened to some of them, so I like, Hank Snow and Johnny Cash.
So where was your dad from?
He was born in Saskatoon, I believe.
Okay.
It's a long time ago. I don't remember. Yeah, Saskatoon, I think.
Wow. So do you have relatives in the area here? They're all west.
You're all west.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're questioning me.
Yeah.
What is the one question you're dying to ask Canadian Studmuffin?
Jack. Question you dying to ask.
Oh man.
How'd you come up with the name Canadian Studmuffin?
That's a good
That
one.
was long before YouTube. I was on this, music loops.
Yeah.
It was the Sony site called Acid Planet, and I used to do my own comedy music, with the loops, and I'd sing. And what I was good at was the lyrics, right?
Uh-huh.
I wasn't so good at singing, but it's comedy. And I used to post as Larry Graves, and there'd be charts and everything, and I'd be at the top of the chart sometimes. And I thought, I just thought I needed to have a stage name for this, right? And so I'm Canadian, and then I'm not necessarily a Studmuffin, so I thought it'd be funny to put them together.
Yeah. You are a Studmuffin.
I know.
Don't be so modest.
Yeah. Jack, what question do you have for me? Just one.
Just one. Think about this.
Why do you live in a basement apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever go and get any sun? You look like you need some vitamin D.
No, or any advice for YouTube or anything?
I guess I just always wondered, how tall are you really?
I think I'm 6'3", but I'm getting older, so maybe I'm more like 6'2".
That's it?
Yeah,
How tall
that's
are you,
it.
Really?
I wish I prepared
Is that
more.
your real hair?
That's my real hair. I
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
pull it. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't come prepared. So. I've seen enough of the Canadian Studmuffin answers viewer questions to know everything,
yeah.
kind of. So.
Well, you know that story, coming out like 2 years ago, coming to my house, and I'm sitting at my dining room table. I'm not watching the TV at all. My back's to it, and I can hear he's got the TV on, watching YouTube,
Yeah.
and I can hear you reading. Like you were at that point, you were making a lot of Beatles records and
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin albums and whatever. And he's and I'm hearing it, but I'm not watching
Yeah,
it. And I'm
yeah.
going, what the hell are you watching? I'm watching the Canadian Studmuffin.
Yeah.
Then I go over to the couch and sit down, and I start watching it, and I go, play another one. Play
Yeah.
another one. And I
Yeah.
sat all weekend
Yeah.
watching your videos.
And there was that spam. Was it
The
spam?
spam one that kills me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you showed me that one or
No, I
I
don't
found that
think I did.
myself, but
Yeah.
I couldn't watch
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
spam
my
one.
favorite.
Actually, have you seen me where I eat the cat food? That one's worse.
I think I did see that
Because
one.
that cat food tastes worse than spam.
Yeah. That's hard to believe.
It
But
doesn't look worse.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
And my
it.
wife loved your M&M's video a couple of weeks ago. You did one on the chicken. It was a chicken dish, you mix it in with the rice, and
Oh yeah.
oh man, she's dying to get over to M&M's and buy one.
Oh okay. Yeah.
You should be
It's good.
You should get some endorsement money.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. Well, so that's it for another video. Thank you very much. So check out their channels. Unsubscribe from mine and subscribe to theirs. And then don't watch a video and unsubscribe. That's rude.
That is rude. Yeah, don't do